Y'all heard that heat. That's that little bro named Little Baby. Go crazy, man. Shorty got a nice motherfucking music out here. But I ain't come here to talk to y'all about no rap shit. I came here to talk to y'all about Kanye motherfucking West again. Yo, so it's looking like Kanye West is being sued officially now. This is not guaranteed as official, but it's a rumor mill saying that it's official that he's being sued by the mother or the sister or the family of George Floyd. They announced it yesterday. His lawyers announcing this type of shit coming out, saying that they're gonna do it. So is this gonna actually happen? Is it not? We don't know, but I look like they are trying to drive reckless at Kanye. And this is what I wanted to say, because I ain't gonna make this long, but I do want to talk about it because I just like to talk about shit. Welcome to the station. This is what we do. Like and subscribe. Let me look this up. Kanye West being sued. I'm just gonna put that in there because this shit pop up. Whatever's popping up. The Dion sued. Hey, let me see. It's close enough. Okay, here it is. And this dropped 2 hours ago. So let me read this one so y'all can know what it is. So anyway, Kanye West is being sued for $250 million by George Floyd family, citing harassment, misappropriation, defamation, and infliction of. This is the rap, y'all. In case y'all don't know what page we're on, we're at the rap. Infliction of emotional distress. The Floyd family, and everybody that shared the release obtained by the rap. Oh, Roxy Washington, the mother of Floyd's daughter, who is still a minor, will file a suit through the Witherspoon Law Group and Dixon Attorney at Law. The two firms jointly represent Floyd's only child and the sole beneficiary of his estate. So as you can see, they might try to drive reckless. Okay. The suit will target Ye as well as his business partners and associates, arguing that Ye's false comments in which he said Floyd died of a fentanyl-induced overdose has done irreparable harm to Floyd's surviving family. Free speech rights do not include harassment, lies, misrepresentation, and misappropriation of George Floyd's legacy. Some words have consequences, and West will be made to understand that, said attorney Kay Harper, Williams' partner at Witherspoon and Law Group in the statement. Arthur Nuru, Witherspoon, partner at Witherspoon Law Group, added the interest of Floyd's child come first, and that she is being re-traumatized by Kanye West's comments, and he's creating an unhealthy environment for her. Kanye's comments are repugnant, attempted to discount George Floyd and the profit from his inhumane death. We will hold Mr. West accountable for his flagrant remarks against West, stated by attorney Pat Dixon, the third partner to Dixon and Dixon Attorneys at Law. Well, the interview was removed, and Ye's clip Drink Champ Parker is still on live online. In one particular goes viral show, Ye attempts to explain Floyd calls of death by fentanyl. We already know that. All right, so let's chat about this one, man. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think. Well, here is my opinion. I gotta give it to y'all. First of all, they're full of shit, in my opinion. Not only is it free speech, and he has the right to have his opinion about things and speak on them, but also he's on a website or a plant or a place called Drink Champs, where they literally inducing themselves with alcohol. So how is he going to be responsible for saying some kind of words that has some kind of leveraging effect? However, he is an entertainer, and he's saying words that are funny, as in of a comedian or as in an entertainer or a Tonight Show. And these words cannot be used against him, even though they want to try to drive him like that, because he is coming at these Jews. And you know, Jews are lawyers, and they ride at his motherfucking head, but ain't nothing he can do about that because he's out there talking shit. But they say a fool and his money sells shooting part. Is that Kanye West? Are they going to make him part for that damn money? Because if he's talking stuff about Jews, that's what it seems like. Man, let me make sure my audio working. I always got to do that on here, because this should be glitching the audio, and I hope it's not. But if it is, then this one didn't work out. Let me see it. Did I close it? Yep. So I got to look it up on YouTube. I'm looking this up on a channel that ain't YouTube. So it should still be working though, because last 2 months it worked. So let's go see. Yeah, I'm just fucking around on my channel talking that good stuff to y'all, man. Here, it's working. Well, visually it's working. So let's see if it's going to be audio working. So now it's on YouTube. So that's what it was. I wasn't really on YouTube. Yeah, on that YouTube. So that's what it was. Okay, so the audio is working. All right, so yeah, anyway, so that's what I wanted to talk to y'all about, is about how Kanye made these people even more mad at him, doing his antics and talking that shit. Now they trying to sue him and take his little money, what little money he got, which is $2 billion. A lot of money for lawyers, a lot of money for paper. So it's like, dude, you said this shit wrong. And now they looking at it like, you gonna have to pay this motherfucking fee. $250 million. I don't think saying something about George Floyd dying from fentanyl is worth $250 million. But again, like I said, he's on a podcast where you drinking, getting fucked up. They smoking weed, they talking shit. You can't try to hold him accountable for his fucking actions. If he was running in a political situation or in something more professional, then damn, yeah, you could say that. The podcast is called Drink Champs. They coming over there to drink all kind of exotic alcohol. And how you gonna know how these alcohols is gonna affect you? And then how you gonna know if he was off his meds? How you gonna know if he's off his meds and drinking? Oh, you still responsible. So I don't think that suit is gonna go nowhere, because he has the right to have his opinion about shit, regardless if it's a lie or not. It's his opinion. He just might be misinformed, and that's also something that you get to speak on. To be missing and being misinformed about something, like, I don't know what the fuck was happening. I'm busy. I ain't seen that shit. But they got all those Jewish lawyers that's gonna try to bring him to, as Hillary Clinton said, to heel, mean shut your ass up. That's to be determined. We'll see. I don't know I doubt if it's gonna win though. We know Kanye to be a smart guy. He's not just going to lay down and not succeed because somebody tried to drive reckless at him over some statement. Think about it. He said George Bush don't like white people. Smoking good shit. He said George Bush don't like black people. So he really struck a chord on that motherfucking ass. So I just wanted to mention that part. But it looked like they're trying to sue him, and it's really fucked up. A fool and his money shall part. Because that was happening to him. We was watching his video earlier. Not too certain if it's still on there. As you might have heard, they took his video down from Drink Champs and Revolt. They said they're not fucking with Kanye. He might be trying to close these doors on his own self. Because think about it. He's in bed with whites. It's not us. He's in bed with whites. So y'all got to go see that new movie Creed too. That's coming out soon. I'm just looking to see. I don't see it right now. Somebody took it down already. Somebody had another version of it years ago because it was right here. They took that version down now, yeah. Yeah, they took it down, so I knew it. We got a good an hour and a half out of it before they took it down because I watched this video next. And that Timberwolves, I never even watched this video. What the fuck they talking about? Yeah, they took that video down. I'm searching through my history. Wait. No, maybe they didn't. Because I had watched this video too. All right, so let's go over here then and see if we can find the video at here's another version of his actual shit he did, Kanye. Maybe they moved it. They moved it. I didn't click it enough fast enough. So somebody had the whole interview on YouTube, but it looked like it's gone. We was walking through that bitch, but I got up out of here. I was like, I ain't just gonna do this. I should have stayed, but yeah, it's still up here. Somebody got it on Smoke the Podcast. Oh, sleepy as hell, y'all. All right, 120. We left off right here.
About your wife, and now you get back with your wife. Hold on. You get back with your wife, and now this person who wanted to spread this analogy, the same support that you did, but then you go back and you fall in love. Do you understand and it's not that you don't have no regular girl. Like this is whatever this person says is going to be.
Oh shit, y'all can't see it. What the fuck?
So they support you.
Oh, Bomba Club. With 1 second, man.
And then, because you want your family back together, and then now you're looking at this plastic cup and you saying, man, you shouldn't have said that at this time. And wrong, because maybe you're not saying that, but Kim is saying, I didn't like what he said at such and such time. So you understand how certain people can.
I respect that, but the thing is, like, look, if someone is not going to speak up at that time, right. That's going. Meek Mill's probably go through the same situation, right. With his baby mamas or something like that. Right. So, don't speak up on me now if you ain't gonna speak up on me then. Mm-hmm. But I'm asking you guys. I'm saying by the fact that I crossed the anti-Semite line, I crossed the gun line, I stood in front of the tank in Tiananmen Square. I'm saying, look, this smoke screen that's been created to make us so afraid to speak up for ourselves, this is just a smoke screen. And even if it's not, right? Even if they're gonna take us down every chance they get, that's cool too. But I'm trying to explain to you, it's like, whether it's my money, my reputation, and my life, I'm not taking this shit no more. Mm-hmm. They done bully. You know, would you agree with the things that I'm saying about the Jewish record labels, about artists getting fucked? Uzi the Future. Uzi. I just need to tell you that. Lil Uzi. Lil Uzi, like, remember I said Future?
Yes, you said it on here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I got
well, really, you know what it is? It's always two. It's always two at a time. You know what I mean? It's really Cardi and Uzi.
Well, you see, it's hard to say he's drunk or not drunk, but at the end of the day, he does kind of jump around in this conversation. So they're trying to sue him for saying George Floyd, well, that was the beginning of the show, so he probably wasn't as drunk as he is now, or was becoming. So that's just something to think about.
It's really Cardi and Uzi. Playboy Cardi and Uzi.
We had Quavo and Takeoff here the other day.
What they were saying?
Real shit.
Yeah.
They said that Quavo said that you asked to borrow his Twitter during the blockout. Is this true?
Yeah. He said he offered it.
He said he offered it.
He said he offered it. But you know what I'm saying? I just said, let me take this time as just like a breather. They put me like it's a technical foul.
Right.
Because here goes another thing. I said DEFCON 3. What I wanted to say, what I meant to say was, no one's afraid of the Jewish media mob, which it is, right? And what I said was DEFCON 3. Now, I'm not backing up on a feeling of what I wanted to say. I just didn't say the exact thing that I wanted to say at that moment. So I feel like God put me on a little timeout because my dad was like, I feel where you're coming from, Ye. I understand. But you got to be more sophisticated with your words. You got to be more sophisticated.
I agree with
that was less sophisticated than I needed to be.
All this shit is all about wordplay. But, you know, they give them platforms to talk all this smack. And whether you think it's legit or not legit, like my mother said when I mentioned some of the stuff to her about them bringing out his taking his money out the banks and all that, she's like, it's a lot more stuff he could be doing with his money to help black communities, to help black people, putting up scholarships so people can get education, putting up scholarships so people can get skills. Worrying about Jewish people contracts and all that for the few blacks that got them, that's really dumb because nobody is forcing you to do this shit. But in certain communities, there's no way out. There's no way of finding a way to get out of these areas and get away from these areas other than trying to find a job or going to the army and then just kind of being blended in with America. Somebody with these guys' power and influence, they can open up schools and environments and give money to universities to help build communities. And I was thinking to my mother, I said, damn, that's dope. That's true. You know, obviously they don't want to do that because he keeps reading about people like George Arnott and all these motherfucking Jeff Bezos motherfuckers. So my man ain't interested in the youth. They trying to get to world domination just like those white guys. So it's like chasing what they got.
Did God text you that?
No, his father.
Yeah, second to God, my dad.
All right, yeah. Because I know for a fact, you know, pissing off Jewish people and pissing off black people. I know that
there's just too much to read when you articulate something. There's too much that people could pick and create a different narrative from.
You know what I like about this? The Jewish media was pushing the narrative off the White Lives Matter t-shirt that I didn't love black people. And I came back and I was like, no, fuck the Jewish media. And everybody's like, what? Wait, what? Right now, we're supposed to be living and breathing in the Ye doesn't like black people because he wears a red hat. Ye doesn't like black people because he... And I was like, nah, fuck that. And God was like, fuck that. On some like Moses, like, think about like Moses had 4 chapters. Like, contrary to popular belief, I did read the 4 chapters of Moses, right?
Because you say you ain't read somewhere.
No, what I'm saying, yeah, I've never actually finished a novel, right?
That's fantastic. I respect that.
Yeah, because by the way, you know, one thing is there's nothing whiter than English itself. I do not like to read, like I do not like to work out, like I do not like, you know, there's certain stuff in life that is currently necessary that I don't like. That don't make, I'm not disregarding people. Some people are more powerful. How many people do you know that can read very well, that can't dance very well?
But see, look,
yeah,
talking about articulation, could it be said that it's misunderstood that reading equals knowledge?
No.
That's misunderstood because you don't have to read books to really have knowledge.
That's right. And the information isn't there. You know where the information, the knowledge is from? The knowledge is from the 2 fathers. Who are the 2 fathers?
You tell us.
Your father and the father above?
Your father and the father above.
Oh, shit.
Now what has happened to the black community?
They erased the father there, so all you have is the father above.
But they've erased that too.
In the message.
They have contracts. There was a contract. Now it's later been amended, but Victory Boyd that signed to Rock Nation. A line inside of the contract that I'm sure Jay-Z and Beyonce never saw was, it said that Victory would not be able to sing about Christ or be able to sing about God in the contract. Rhythm and blues was the first step of taking God out of the people. Because we had gospel. Aretha Franklin had gospel. Ray Charles.
Patti LaBelle.
Yeah.
Patti LaBelle wore your Yeezy slippers. I gave her Yeezy slippers. She wore. She couldn't walk right here. Right here. Did you see that? I seen you the footage.
Yeah.
I
didn't see if I say yeah.
R&B was everything. But he said R&B was taking it out.
Yeah, it was funny. I was like
taking God out of music.
Yeah, I remember I was at Roscoe's, you know, earlier this year, and I love Roscoe's stuff, but they're playing the music, and it's like Usher saying, "You got it bad." You got it bad. Yeah, that messaging is not uplifting.
Some niggas got it bad, yeah.
Yeah, but when we sing, God created music solely for the purpose of worshiping God. Now, if you listen to the majority of the music, it's not worshiping God.
No.
It's going into dark holes. It's like,
sweat to my nuts.
Yeah, but it's saying, I want to fuck your bitch. It's how many bitches I fuck. I want to fuck your girlfriend. I want to fuck your mama. Like, it's like, and I want to do drugs while I'm fucking your mama. Like, it just takes you into that place. And God has a place for us in the promised land that can't be defined by man. It's not the 400 acres that the oppressors can take away.
So again, my bro is talking, but it's all over the place. It's not coherent. It's a conversation. So trying to take one segment of it and try to sue him, my man, for saying what he said about George Floyd, it's not legit. There's no way they're gonna hold up. He's talking about all kind of shit. Continue the conversation. He just zigzagging in any direction. None of that shit can be legit. Like he's drinking alcohol. Who the fuck cares what he said?
From us, only we can oppress ourselves, and it's only for us to rise up that we can be who God really made us to be. Right. It's not going to be on the Jewish people. It's not going to be on the Catholics. It's not going to be on the media. It's going to be on us collectively to rise up. And I want to change something. I said I am the leader. Now let me change that. I am a leader, and there's a new leader being born every day, and there's leaders locally that will hear this, that can play this. Leaders of their school, leaders of their boys club, leaders of their church, leaders of their crew. And that's another word for crew.
Gang.
Leaders of their gang. You see what I'm saying? Gang has like a negative connotation, but by removing the gang leaders,
is originated in Chicago.
Yeah, and exactly. By removing the gang leaders, you're removing the leaders, and that's what happened. And that's Chicago, and that fucked up the world,
right? Because
those gang leaders would organize right there. You know what I'm saying? Gangsta Disciples saved my life in Chicago. I'm here because of Gangsta Disciples, and I am exactly who Larry Hoover wanted to see come out of the organization that he created.
Right. Took out leaders, took out structure.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we still on quick time and slide, man.
Now they from New York and Miami, so they don't know how to expound on that right there. You know what I'm saying? But when you think about what Larry Hoover came in and established in the latter part of his sentence, he came up with growth and development, which was about making yourself turn away from just killing each other and black people and doing something towards positivity, going to school, starting businesses and voting. And he came up with 21st Century Vote. Back then, I was about 19, 17. I was very young at that time. And I remember everybody in the hood had to motherfucking sell the tickets and go out and vote. It was like he was galvanizing from prison. And then eventually they came and gave him 6 life sentences and all this shit. And they got him for some kind of drug operation. You know, they be on you because they want to get you out of there. So he's sitting in some ADX prison right now. So he'll never be home. And he got locked up in 1973. Which is the year I was born. So he was locked up in September. I was locked up. I was born in June. So he was locked. I was like 3 months before he was locked up. So he'd been in jail for 49 years straight. And he probably was in jail before 73. This is when he got his sentence. So you know how it is. They put you in jail before they sentence you. So making a long story short, Larry Hoover, he's saying he came out of what Larry Hoover was expecting to come from the hood. And I agree with that. That's somebody from the streets and from the bottom of these hoods that we grew up in Chicago, all the way up to the top, who got a voice right now. And these people trying to silence him. That's why they're trying to sue him, and that's why they're trying to come at him real hard because just the game we in. So let's get back to it.
Really, nothing fucks with a Drink Champs interview, right? It's like, when I go to Tucker Carlson, they're just like so the same. They're just so marveled by the fact that of the brilliance. They're not respecting the brilliance. They're more like shocked and like marveled by it. It's like hilarious to them. It's like that squirrel can jet ski. Oh shit!
What's the hard work? Did that work?
All right, this is gonna be a good one. Kodak Black or Little Baby?
Come on, man.
Not a Chico.
Yeah, I mean, a political. As a future president, I'm just gonna have to take a shot.
Yeah, take a shot. 2024. Okay, my bad.
Hey, but I tell you what, I feel like, you know, we could point out just.
Oh, you got a sip it, Kanye. You know that.
Yeah.
After you connect with me, you got a sip it.
It's like, just like you said with Bad Bunny. Yo, I need to get a studio with Bad Bunny, right? You connect that?
Oh, I don't know if I'm Puerto Rican back at it. Listen, I will try my best.
Drink Champs can connect.
Listen, Drink Champs and wait a minute. So we're gonna do for our first single for Drink Champs album, Yay with Bad Bunny.
Oh, it's gotta be the Drink Champs feature.
Absolutely, and no, yeah. Absolutely.
Good job, go crazy. You gotta go back. You gotta regain what you took.
You lit.
You come with the ground and everything.
I'm about to go there and get him.
Yeah, you lit.
Yeah, okay.
We lit.
Okay. Well, this is a good one.
I want to say, but what about when I sent out that tweet where I said Lil Baby my favorite rapper? You remember that?
Yeah. Little Baby. So that's when he caught the body too.
And Lil Baby, what position he in?
Yeah, they canceled him too. That's what Boosie said. Boosie said they canceled him.
Well, at least
No, that's Lil Baby.
Oh, my bad.
You got your babies confused, buddy.
I'm sorry, I got my babies confused.
You gotta get the time, bro. You gotta get with the lingo.
All right, holy shit. All right, where are we going? Okay.
You on UGK?
Yeah, we kicking it now, y'all. You see, we posted up. We fucking with Kanye on this interview. They've been canceling this interview. They've been cutting this motherfucker off. They've been stopping you from seeing it, but we watching it live at Hoodfilms because this is a hood. You got a unique motherfucker like Kanye with a great big voice. He ain't afraid to talk. So let's sit back and let's just smoke.
You the South guy.
UK
Or
MG. On FJG.
Why do you do it all this?
Rest in peace, Pimp C. But you know about my thing coming out. so hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like people have to Google. You have to Google. That's what me and GLC was listening to in Chicago. 8 Ball and MJG. You know, so
super legends.
So I told you, like, on this here, you gotta understand there's a possibility I may be running for office. Hint, hint. So I can't I'm gonna have to take a shot because I'm out of office. You gonna be out of office. It's a possibility.
Okay. Holy shit.
This game is, it's like, what's cool is I can speak about it like,
yeah, they're going crazy on it. Wow.
Bought me a red, you know what I'm saying? Where like the lines hit me.
That was live in a bitch.
I always thought, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I always thought when I
want y'all to hear this shit so y'all know what it is.
Like
though.
Pimp C always made me like feel like, for me, it's like the pink polo rapper. I always felt like less of myself. So I get on the phone with them or something, you know what I mean? Because they're almost like everything they were dissing everything that I ever did. You know what I'm saying? Like they was like very not tight jeans, very not close. You know what I'm saying? But I remember Pimp C had a conversation like, man, I like the way you had your vocals turned up so they could, so they could hear. You know what I'm saying? You have your vocals turned up. That's a very big thing. You know, like it was a guy that came to one of my 60,000 square foot spaces, and he was in the band of Strokes. He's in the band of Strokes, and I remember they had this song where their vocals were low, and I wanted to make my vocals low on All Falls Down. It didn't work for me. I had to speak up. You know what I'm saying? They canceled me this week. There's not Tucker Carlson, no platform would carry me this week either. And even a publicist that I'm working with was like, I don't know why you go and take a chance. I said, you understand that our numbers did 3 times the numbers of when Kim was on SNL, right? You understand that,
He ain't want to clap for that. He just wanted to make sure his raise is right, knowing he had raised in 20 years. Just want to do this, you know what I mean? But go ahead, goddamn. Yes, everyone in the war for you. But let's take a quick time stop. We're going to get him.
Damn, I should have went up to that. I should have accepted the war with y'all.
Yeah. We were scared to call you. We were scared to call you. Let's go. Now we were in the Emmy. We were in the Emmy. That's what I wanted to do. This interview right here.
You know, there's something where there's like, okay, people are like, what's the goal? This is because Emmy, I think Jewish media, right? This is the one where you win the Emmy, right? Because you say Ye calls out the Jewish media.
No, we do not say that. We say Ye makes amends with Jewish people because we love Jewish people, love black people, we love everybody, and we love Ye, and we're gonna make everything amended. That's what you love.
Eventually.
We let Ye say whatever he wants to say.
Yes.
Well, we live in a country where still freedom of speech. That should be allowed.
Well, we can't amend. We can't. To amend is not to pretend. We need to amend. Because I ain't finna pretend. You know what I'm saying? I understand Hollywood is a world of make-believe, but why this will win an Emmy, which I'm just gonna make an assumption is a Jewish media platform, is because we're going to demand the amendments in our culture. We're gonna demand, I'm me tooing the Jewish culture right now and saying, y'all gotta.
And y'all have never heard that before. A black man saying something that I haven't even heard the media requote this. I'm me tooing the Jewish community. I think this is a powerful young man. He's 40-something years old, so he's not a baby. But I agree with him saying what he's saying and believing in himself and saying what he's saying because it's true. We don't talk about this in the black community because you don't know or nobody telling you about it. But majority of the artists that you heard of in your latter years of your life, you name them. If I'm from Prince, Michael Jackson, Roberta Flack to Lionel Richie, I don't give a shit. New Edition, you got them at name them. R. Kelly, LL Cool J, Dr. Dre, name the artists. They were in contracts with Jewish people. They had contracts with them and they might have believed something or signed a contract with one idea in mind or another idea in mind. And down the line, they realized that shit was fake. You even saw Dave Chappelle jump on his comedy thing and talk about when he signed the contract with them. And he realized later on that the fucking lawyers knew each other. So when they brought him into the room, he the only one that didn't know nobody. But that's how it works because they all lawyers. Is that wrong that they all know each other? No. Is it illegal that they all know each other? No. But the idea that they're going to think that they're going to give you something to support you or help you when you sign the contract because you on the fringes of life, you can't make it, your family needs you, you about to lose everything. And so you say, fuck it, I got to sign. And you do. Then you blow. Then your life is right. Then everything is signified. Then you think back and say, I'm never making money from that thing that I signed away. It's the biggest thing that people know you from. So it's the thing that in the industry, you have to sell your soul. And that's exactly what happened with that. You know, I haven't done nothing like that yet. And I ain't gonna say yet because I probably never will because I don't think that those contracts will ever be better. So for him to even mention this shit and bring it up and make it a goddamn conversation should be noted, should be respected because they don't talk about this. And a lot of these motherfuckers get paid and they take care of their kids in a perpetuity. Some person, if we need to do this kind of shit in the Black community, some person is taking care of their kids off of fucking New Edition music. Some person is taking care of their daughter and their son and their wife off of motherfucking music made by Blacks. You name the person. I don't give a fuck what's artist. From Millie fucking Vanilli to goddamn it. It's just so many musicians in the world, you know what I mean? I can't name everybody. Alexander O'Neal, let's just do a musician name fucking layout of any artist you ever heard in life. And if you look up their contracts, they've been fucked by somebody. And 9 times out of 10, the people who were signing the contract as their lawyer was with them and the people who was bringing the contract to them was goddamn some Jewish people. So that mean they evil? Does that mean they're wrong? No, they cornered the market. This is what they do. And they make sure Black motherfuckers are the ones who they are coming after because we all create. We naturally create. So we naturally want money for our creations. So they say, hey, I'm right in line. And just to say something that's so real, my son, he got a rap career right now. His name is Your Stepdad. All over the internet. You can find him on the internet. He walked up to me a week ago, or maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and said, yo, Dad, this is my manager. A young white, one young Jewish kid with the little 6-point star on a necklace and everything. It's real. It's the way our cultures are set up. Let's go back and listen to Gay some more. I paused the wrong damn one. I find where he at. Okay. It ain't that one. I gotta find where he at because here it is. Let's go.
Come out and say what y'all have done between the mob action, what they'll do for group thing. Like if you go against them, I put the White Lives Matter t-shirt and they cancel my shows. And they actually called multiple people and threatened them.
All right, let's go.
They called Candace Owens, they called Carlson, they called anybody, even when I had the red hat, they called them. Tucker Carlson works with Fox. Fox is not allowed to show anything because just like when Jared Kushner was in office and I say that he held my boy Trump back, think about that if I had said that 4 or 5 years ago. I want to talk about the people that threatened my life.
But that's when you was in full support of Trump.
I'm still in full support of Trump. I just think that I would be better than Trump.
You would have said that Jared Kushner lined in, it would have been
lined in with who though? You said
lined in with Trump.
Jared Kushner is an example of how the Jewish people have their hand on every single business that controls the world. And everybody knows that faux fact. Like, you ever seen the movie Lego Movie where the guy realizes everything is the same company? That's what's happening. By the way, we can't be mad at them, and you can't call me anti-Semitic for calling it out. You can't call me anti-Semitic for saying I'm going DEFCON 3.
I think what you said
I would say that sounds pretty anti-Semitic, except for the fact that I am Jew.
And you said you can't be mad at them because you want to do the same.
You know what?
That's an important thing to say.
I can't be, but I am because I'm jealous because I'm a human being.
And you want the same for...
And I'm a competitor. I want my people to rise up like the Jewish people. I'm a competitor. I feel that if I am not the leader, I'm one of the strongest, most vocal leaders. And I feel Lauren is the leader. I feel like this multiple people that are leaders in this community, right? And I'm jealous of the Jewish community. I'm jealous of how the fact that they do not abort their people. I'm jealous of how the fact.
So when I say that, I'm saying
it's coming now. Let me say it, bro. It's coming now. It's coming now. Let me say it. You have to get to it. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of the fact of how they don't abort their babies. I'm jealous of the fact of how they stay with their wives. I'm jealous of the fact of how they do business together. I'm jealous of the fact of how they read their contracts and understand their contracts. I'm jealous of the way Jewish people do business. And I'm jealous, not just for me, but for our entire culture. And I believe that once we rise up, that we will have a position to be able to serve God, because it's not about taking over the world. God runs the world. We need to be in service to God, and we all need to be in service to God. So I'm jealous. And you know what? Because when I was speaking,
hey, that's deep shit right there, man. And I know a lot of people ain't really privy to him saying this, but if you understand how the country work, the Jewish community got their shit together. The reason why it's even a reparations claim for black people right now is because the Jews get money from America every year since the Holocaust, and America wasn't even a part of the Holocaust. America actually helped them in the Holocaust, but America is a rich country. So they came and said, hey, pay us for what we dealt with in the Holocaust, and America, white people do it. So for them to never give us reparations, and they know we built this country, and they know that we started the civil rights, which got all these foreign people in America, and they know that we started all these damn cultures and inventions and started building this whole country because there was no other culture here with black people and white people for 400 years. It really is sad that they don't allow us to have things so that we can be a part of America. We on the outside of being white. And he said it. He said in the 1940s and 20s when they brought all these other types, he sounded like one of them deep thinking motherfucking people that really know his shit, like he got knowledge himself, but then he started deviating. And I ain't gonna say even deviating, because he got to be around more white people than he got to be around black people. That's just how the country works. And when you live around them, your wife is white, your daddy is white, your driver, your fucking house, the people you bought the house from, everybody is white. You can't diss them because you have to be around them more than you got to be around us. When he lead Drink Champs, he probably ain't gonna see them with black people for a while. I mean, as far as his circle, like right up on him, unless they his friends and he bring them with him. But every business deal he do and every corporation he got to go to is ran by whites. This country doesn't have a competition to white people. It's not enough black people to have successes like we touching on white people's success. That's what racism is. That's what white supremacy is. They keep their blacks in a certain section. He's a black who they gave money to, but we look at him as powerful because we don't have another black person at his level, especially with a voice or even speak up. Even somebody like Jay-Z who got equal the amount of money or around the same money. He never said nothing about nothing unless white people hire him to come out. But he don't stand up and speak. He might do things behind the scenes. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about out in the open where people can see you. He out there. He's Stokely Carmichael. He's these kind of black activists. He's not like that. So we have to accept people who they are. But Jay-Z's not like that.
On the Khaled and Drake record, why I speak on that? Out of jealousy. When I was speaking on Drake, why I speak on that? Out of jealousy. While I'm speaking on the Jewish culture, why I'm speaking on that? Out of jealousy. I'm jealous of the Jewish culture. I can't start that right now, but it had to happen. But that's why it's gonna win an Emmy. That's why we're gonna be standing there next to Chris Rock and Will Smith and everybody. Absolutely. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna re-say it because people might not have saw it. One of the things that Tremaine, I know nobody never heard of. We get that.
Supreme designer.
That's the elephant in the room. Let's not call him the Supreme designer. Let's call him a designer at Supreme. So,
Continue.
So
that's the guy who spoke out against you because
he said, "Keep Virgil name out your mouth. You wasn't invited to the funeral." Welcome to Drink Champs 3, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
We back up in this bitch.
So
I'm gonna take a picture of this one. I'm sorry, guys.
we gotta take a picture. I ain't gonna lie, I've been holding this shit this whole time. I'm gonna get warmed up.
Fire. Trading cards, like NFT trading cards.
They got some crazy commercials came on here. I didn't even know that. Actually, my first time seeing a commercial on Drink Champs.
Ray J comes. And he comes. He sees.
So this shit going into some other shit. I don't know what the fuck they talking about Ray J, but I'm still gonna watch it.
Mother-in-law.
See, and that's the thing, right? So we have a war, spiritual warfare, right? I want to say good and evil, say binary, and say it's no good and evil, right? It's just like spiritual warfare, and you got a thing where it's like, I am Ray J. I am Ray J. I'm actually the exact same person, like the same video game character.
Are you seeing Step Brothers?
Yeah, we Step Brothers, and me and Reggie, right? It's like
Reggie Bush?
Yes.
Jesus, y'all going too far. Okay, let's go.
No, I'm saying, but it shows you that Kim has a type.
Let me tell you, say something deep.
Yeah.
It
It shows you that she has a type, right? We're the person, right, at that time where, okay, we're gonna take this, like we're gonna take the sex tape from Ray J. We're gonna take the credibility, we're gonna take this red hat, flip that and Alice Johnson out of jail, and I take some Balenciaga and some kids while we at it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And $1 billion
Right.
while I'm at it. And now I'm on to this. But the only problem with Kim is that there is no this after this in this situation. But I feel just as used as Ray J. So Ray J gave this to me in confidence, but I was taking the tape. Like I used my whole, like you guys.
Hey, this is a deep one too, because Ray J felt like the nigga kind of backdoored him and took the tape over there to the girl to try to save his marriage, and she still kept fucking the guy and staying with her man. And Ray J didn't even charge him no money to get the tape. He just gave it to him on some man shit. Like, dude, I want you to get your family back, and y'all goddamn it be right. And then he went over there and took the tape to their family. The girl still never came back to him. She stopped going. But that's what happens in relationship. You can't give her a trinket. You can't give her a gift. If she ain't rocking with you, if she ain't loving you, it's nothing you can do. So let's go into his position, because that's what Ray J said about it.
People say, I know karate, I know crazy. I used to hold, oh yeah, he's so crazy to hit the 730 red line to my advantage, right?
There was an actual another tape.
Ray J says, I've never seen this tape, but Ray J says that it was a second tape.
Right. And that's what you gave her on Hulu on.
No, I get, it was just like some other kind of footage. This is definitely a awkward moment, or should we say a cockward moment, that we like literally this you do. It's like he's got like the laptop like the old Apple, you know, it's like a desktop type of thing, and it's like, okay, let's load it up, Ray J.
You didn't care if there was, like, how do you know there wasn't copies that he had?
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't about the big thing is like, you know, I'm actually friends with Whack 100 right now.
Right.
Everybody, the Jewish media, you know what I'm saying? Whoever, the head of Ukraine, the head of Russia, we're gonna be friends with everybody, right? You know why? Because God runs the world, right? We get on our jealousy stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? I'll be having like 12 writers in the studio that don't add up to Drake. God's version would be like, oh, Drake just said. That's why I was interested when he heard 30 Hours, because Drake wrote that for me. I sent him like, boom, here I got like this many ideas. Like the line I had, like, I was nervous to do Victoria's Secret show until I pictured everybody with no clothes. Right? Was like a line I had, and like
It's like a stripper line.
Yeah, like, but you don't think about it. Say, you could be nervous to do like a speech, and they say picture everybody naked. So we flipped. Like I was nervous to do Victoria's Secret until I pictured everybody naked, and I sent it to Drake, and Drake took it and barred it out and wrote the whole rap. You understand? Like how much easier my life would be if Drake would just like write my raps for me. I'm sure everyone wished they had that luxury, but but you know, that's what happened when I brought the head of Balenciaga to Gap, because we had sold a hoodie. We sold a hoodie I designed, me and Duff Charlie from Los Angeles Apparel Design.
Okay.
Tell me this, is this presidential?
Yes.
Is this presidential?
2024 presidential.
I gotta roll up, take a lead, y'all get the list of this shit. Fuck with it, man.
Come on. Decriminalize that. If you guys like criminalize, I like this. I put it right up on. I got to decriminalize. That's what Joe Biden did. He decriminalized all the weed cases. And it's a blood this time. Holy moly.
Should we have, I feel like the two Libras in the house to come with us and like smoke with me right quick.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, all the birthday girls. Birthday girls come over here.
Oh shit, shit is going down. Let's go. Goddamn. Come on, bring some more Hibiki for me. I feel like we need music now. Mariachi down. Happy birthday, Mariachi. You did not appreciate it. Yeah, I did. I love it. I was very shocked. Very shocked. Yeah!
2024.
2024. Hey,
That's your Secret Service.
yeah, this is Secret Service.
Like Gaddafi. Yeah.
But it's all cool. You're all right here. Okay. All right, quick time. Finish with time. All right, finish.
We had a couple points we didn't even get to this.
Because you know what?
We still doing quick time as well?
Yeah. Where's you? It's on you.
That's on me.
It's on you.
Not achievement better.
All right.
Right.
Let's go.
Just good. New Jack City or King of New York?
Sheesh. I feel like I'm Christopher Walken.
That's Frank White, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Fuck him up.
I picked Frank White. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Frank White. That's what he's
So y'all been rocking with Ye, man. We still rocking with Ye, man. They took this episode down on Drink Champ. Somebody got that bitch online. We rocking with you. So let's listen up.
You picking Frank White?
So now Wesley Snipes and
Not Wesley Snipes, because you know Wesley Snipes. Yeah,
Nino Brown. New Jack City was dope.
I just want some King of New York.
Okay, all right, respect that.
It is
All right. Chance or Lupe?
Sheesh.
Take a shot. We with it.
I'll take a shot, but you know what I want to say? That's the level of intelligence. That's the level of kings. That's like Jewish business leader level minds that we have. Chance and Lupe are supercomputers, bro.
Wow.
We got what we need.
Wait, so you said Jewish level minds, meaning they're thinking like,
Yeah, they can think like, it's like, think about like Chance is independent. You know, funny thing is like Lupe is super gangster, low key.
Wow.
Super.
He's like super.
That's what I'm saying. Like with the glasses and everything, it's like the most. You know what I'm saying?
he's like a
I would never ever have a problem with Lupe type shit. Like you don't think of Lupe in that context. It's like,
real.
yeah.
So we're taking a shot for that. Let's
Yeah.
go. All right, solid. All right.
cheers, fellas.
But the reason why I said that, right, when I started, I was like, oh, these are the people that's gonna get us right, like the Jewish people. These are the people that's gonna put us in that position. You know what I'm doing right now? You know, I used to the way I look at the Jewish culture is the way I used to listen.
Because why not? We just do it ourselves. We mad at nobody Jewish, nobody Chinese, nobody black, nobody anybody. We
gotta get like the Chinese.
Now that's the question of the year right there. Matter of fact, Kanye got mad at Sway for asking him this same question in that last interview he did a few years back, where he just came out recently and said he does agree that he should have just waited and did it his own way. because all the bullshit he's going through with these companies and these corporations. And he said, so Sway did have the answers because that was the whole gist of his conversation, saying, you ain't got the answers, Sway. And that lasted for years. My little kid grew up, and then him and his homies started saying anything, and they look grew. So it really was a position.
It's the world. We got it.
He's on point.
We got to get like him, right? We got to get our own factories. We got to put it together. Whether it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at like Warren Buffett's factory or something. It's got to like, you walk in, you got to feel. That's the reason why. One of the things is like when me and Puffy was like going back and forth on Instagram.
Talk him up, bud.
I went and changed my. I was like a car service. I'm like, I want to just dip Maybach fleets for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Get my people in a higher, position and stuff like that. I got 2 Maybachs type shit. I got like 4. You know what I'm saying? Our fleet, dollar pull up. This is back to back Maybachs and shit. And then 2 we make our own cars. And 2 we make our own cars, but it's like we're not really maximizing who we are. We're not limited to the max. We're the legal BMF. You know what I'm saying? We have to think like in that manner. You know what I'm saying?
Legal BMF.
Oh, we take a shot.
Y'all might take a shot on them questions. You know how it is in Miami, though. I ain't trying to play you right now. Take a shot. No disrespect.
You got to a sip. You know you got to take a shot. You got to take a sip.
I feel peer pressure with this guy.
I feel peer pressure, but this is the peers I want to be pressured by. And then we gotta put them. We're gonna put them under pressure. You know what I'm saying? Because that's you know what I'm saying? If Drake ain't live 5 blocks down the street from me,
Calabasas.
In Calabasas, I don't know if we have beautiful morning. You're the sun of my morning. No morning. Look at I turn to.
That was a cold ass song. Cold. Beautiful morning. That shit cold. When you say "Little by the Street" from Drake, helps him make that song.
But I'm saying the pressure. Let's look at it like this. You know what? We had a real epiphany. I don't love the word breakthrough because that's the word break. Right. I'm very serious about the way we use language. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like forward. Like one of the best words we have is all. One of the best words we have is we. Another best word we have is us. So just every day for us, if we can remove I and move as a body, that's how the Jewish people do, because the Jewish people are already showing us
the Jewish people alone.
He ain't bothering them. See, that's that slave talk. You see that slave talk that Nori doing? That's that way of saying, hey, we don't mean no harm. Even though they hung your fucking people, had slaves, did all this negative shit, had fucking numbers and numbers of slaves in their fucking house. 78% of the people in that time frame Jewish had slaves. Only 60% of white people had. 30% of white people, matter of fact, had slaves. They had a lot of slaves, but you had to be rich to have slaves. But the Jewish community came into money, so they were able to have slaves. And in their culture, over 78% of them had slaves, and at least one slave. I ain't saying they had them plural. I'm saying they had at least one. So my point about it is that why are you afraid to mention it? This is history. It don't matter if they don't like their history. You shouldn't have fucking lived it. Your people lived it, but why should we be afraid to talk about our history? Some of our ancestors was held by people that were Jewish. We can't mention that because that's supposed to make them funny feeling. Some people in artifacts that came from Africa, and Jewish people hold them in their homes, and they worth millions of dollars. That should be something you shouldn't mention. This is the stuff that make us cowards, because he'll be easy to shout out or yell at some black person or do that to the other. And then what do Jewish people do for you? Obviously, they may do something for Nori, because that's why he's afraid to even say the word Jewish. But that makes him a slave, because what the fuck do it matter? They still humans. They're not fucking bionic. They ain't some goddamn thing that came from another planet. They fucking human beings. That means they make mistakes. People can fuck up. And that means if you see them fuck up, you can call them out on it. That don't mean you hate them. That don't mean you want to hurt them. That means somebody did a mistake and you said something, or you agree or disagree with something somebody did. But everything in that condition is called anti-Semitic. So I just think that Kanye is really hitting the points where he's saying black people are also Jews. So I can't be anti-Semitic. So Y'all let me know what y'all think about that, and we're gonna get back into the conversation.
My new Drake.
Right. No, leave him out of there.
Jewish people for you. I think it's a certain people that are doing certain
I think it was 20 people. I think it was 20 people who kind of hurt you, and you kind of taking it out.
And they happen to be Jewish.
And the thing is, I have did that with like people from a lot of projects I have beef with, and then I just took it out on the whole project. And I'm being honest, I was wrong. So I'm just telling you, please.
I'm just saying, I'm still wrong.
Yeah.
I'm still wrong.
Yeah, still wrong. And
I'm still in the wrong.
Yes.
I haven't got the wrong yet. I'm not ready to be right yet.
You should have the right to speak, even if you're wrong.
I should have the right to be wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
I got the right to be wrong.
Yeah.
No, that should be all our rights.
Right. All of our rights.
So we did have an epiphany, which I feel like we could get like a better word for that, but as an alternative word to breakthrough, or 2 words, is when I said I was jealous. Because that's really gonna set it off, right? Because I know like Scooter Braun's and because Scooter Braun is my boy also, right?
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
This as well, right?
Because even when I talk shit, it's just like complaining about a cow. But you know, I'm like AI and Jordan combined, right? Because it couldn't be a John Moran without an AI and Jordan, right? He brought carrying. He made carrying legal, right? Because carrying, like, it relates to the way we play basketball. You know what I'm saying? So everything about basketball relates to the way we play basketball. And we could hit a 3-pointer while we at it. But everything is super niggered out, right, in basketball. Well, I make business super niggered out. You know what I'm saying? I go to
Did you have a meeting with Adidas? You played
porno?
That's
what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what's your perspective on that? That's any mine.
No, my boy told me yesterday. He's like, I didn't know nothing about that.
What did you say about it? What did he say?
The way he told me, this is what I got from the gist of the little bit he told me, that you were just showing them how perverse they were.
Exactly.
That's it. That's all I know.
The funny thing, okay, so the guy and
he loves Adidas, by the way.
I'm an Adidas guy. I'm a company guy. I'm still be Adidas guy.
Adidas got this Samba that Bella Hadid be walking around with. That is like, I love this shoe. I love this sneaker, right? I mean, Grace walking around with the shoe.
Shelto is a legend.
Yeah.
I hope when DMC, I hope they got it. They got more than that shit, right? No, but they made it.
Yo, I'm gonna make sure when I become the head of Adidas that every rapper ever can.
Oh, we saying, is that where we going? You saying you gonna be the head of?
Give them what they deserve.
That's a side note. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So fuck it.
All right. So what was the question?
I want to come up with a drunk sneaker. No, we're 21 years old.
Gotta get you the sneaker.
You're 21 years older. You gotta.
Well, you see, I've been locked in on this interview. The shit he said in this interview has not been said in the view of the stuff I saw. They basically had edited down to 43 minutes. I watched those 43 minutes and I saw it, and I honestly didn't even make a video behind it because I thought that was the whole video. And then the next day they came out with 3 hours and 25 minutes. I didn't have time to make a video about it. So then right when I thought I could try to make a video about it, they took that shit down. I said, wait a minute, they took it down. So then obviously you got to scramble to see who got a copy. And somebody named Capo 118 SMB got a copy. And he put it on his platform so you can watch it. So that's why I'm doing a live from it, because I don't know the next time I'll be able to see this shit. So, and we can just kind of just sit back and chop it up about it, because that's what I like to do with this channel. Watch that shit, chop it up. Let's do it.
Stu, let's take a shot.
No, one question, I got a good question I want to answer though.
What are you gonna be?
We're talking about that moment when you showed the porn to the executives.
And I want to talk about your sneaker.
Yeah.
At Adidas at this point, I should be the person that says, get a sneaker.
Yeah, right.
I should be the person that delegates. But instead, they gave it to Stella McCartney's husband. And I'm not going to speak no ill on Stella McCartney's husband because I'm cool with her, with his father-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's my man. You know what I'm saying? That man stood next to me. We went into the studio. We did all day. We did only one. We did 4 or 5 seconds. Like me and Paul McCartney got joints. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why Adidas, you really found you a Virgil instead of McCartney's husband, and a person that I'm going to give a hug no matter what. Mm-hmm. So, because that's the way it is. It's like, even at war, even in John Wick, even with Neo, it's ones that they just have to pass on. So it's just like Stella McCartney's husband. Because he's Stella McCartney's husband, part of the reason why he became Stella McCartney's husband, he get a pass from Ye, you get a pass from Ye, you get a pass from the culture, right? But that said, I did play that in a meeting. It's funny because the first meeting that I had with John Webster and different people in the meeting, I played my favorite porn star of all time is Francesca James, right? And yeah, right. So I played this meeting with her drinking milk, right? So she was drinking milk out of a bowl with a cat. And I'm like, yes, I think that's covered, right? So Francesca James, I played some adult content for the Adidas, because what does Adidas stand for anyway, by the way?
All day I dream about sex.
True.
What's hip hop? I think Adidas. That's my ballad.
I'm tuning in, Charlie chilling.
Me and Jesus gonna have the arms.
Fucking with Ye.
Like, yo, bro, why you?
Ye smart as hell around this bitch. He's dumb, but he's smart. He's smart, dumb nigga.
But then in the Bible, you told me I'm not supposed to. This shit got me.
Let me do a little.
I'm just gonna ask a question. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's honest. I'm gonna tell you honestly. So I went to the Adidas meeting, and I had a laptop. I don't have laptops anymore. I just use my phone. But it's just.
And it's during the beef between what's going on recently.
No. This is the beginning of the Adidas relationship before I even pull out anything.
Oh.
And I was like, look, nobody's getting pussy in Adidas. People get pussy at Nike, and I was just like, yo.
This is the way you presented your marketing?
Yeah.
This is amazing, by the way. You guys are not getting pussy. Let's get pussy.
How many times, if you think about a situation where somebody got some pussy, how many times do you think some force wants is on the side of that bed? We're still on, by the way.
I don't know. It don't look right to me. I wouldn't
now,
do it.
sometimes it be sufficient.
I keep it.
So that was the whole point. And actually, this is something only me and Steve Stout know. You know the sewing at the top of the shoe on the 350. You know the little thing. Steve Stout, if you ask him what that's called, it's called a get pussy toe.
I'm sorry. What?
Get pussy toe?
Bring Stout here and ask him. That's what it's actually called.
Who came up with that?
I came up because I said no one's getting pussy in Adidas, bro. I got backpackers and like backpackers, mountain climbers. I got niggas out there hiking. Niggas is doing everything except for like.
Get a bitch.
And you know what Jesus? You know what God and Jesus loves when I say get pussy? Because it's pro-life.
It's pro-life.
It's pro-life.
You get the pussy and babies out of it.
Fuck a condom. Almost vomit shit. So, fuckacondom.com.
Every night we eat Jesus.
Fucking condom, Libra.
Those boots right now.
What's my girlfriend? My girlfriend's life. I got life. Your life is different. Your life has changed right now.
These niggas having a been out like a motherfucker.
You know what? I got some Ye boots, but it was designed by a future designer, a Yeezy.
I don't even give a fuck about all this shit.
I'm not putting my shoes up.
You got some Adidas?
Yeah.
So put them up, bro.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Bob. I'm an Adidas head. I'm sorry.
Hey, let me tell you, you don't got to start because Adidas is a team. You know what I'm saying? Look my relations. So, okay, this is what I did. So I played a Francesca James adult content for.
Which is basically porno.
I don't use it. I like to have adult conversation.
I respect that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that sounds like so.
Think about like True Love. Like my kids can. We listen to True Love at Kim's house, which used to be my house. But we listen to True Love in front of the kids. And Chicago be like, you said Chicago. So I was big on Donda that even though I was beefing with my baby mama, that I wouldn't say anything that I couldn't play in front of the kids. That's the consciousness that I had to have as a leader. in all of my content. So even right now, I say, okay, it's adult content, right? This is a grown conversation. It's a grown conversation that I ran into at age 5, but it's still a grown-up conversation to me, right? So I played this for the grown-ups in the Adidas meeting. I said, look, we have to do this because culture, it ain't no culture. If you have a party and it ain't no girls there, that's not culture.
Yeah, that ain't right.
And this is the reason why Drake runs the culture, right? Because
he got the girl.
at the end of the day, he's at the time. It don't matter. It don't matter if I can take over Fashion Week for 2 weeks or whatever. It's like Drake runs the culture at the end of the day, because the culture at the end of the day is about finding a nice young Libra that you can connect with on her birthday, possibly.
You're making a love connection today, bro.
And make them always be your girlfriend.
Come on, man.
Oh, yes, they do.
Oh, my God.
You're a Gemini. You better roll with it.
I'm a Gemini. I understand, but
I'm gonna just give you like a fun video game fact. Amber Rose and Kim got the same birthday.
Yeah, forever girlfriends.
You want to go there?
Yeah, let's go.
That's crazy. Ella Rose and Kim got the same birthday. This nigga repeat shit.
So I got this thing where their documentary, right? It's called Last Week, and it's basically all this stuff that happens every week. But I'm like,
Yo, in case y'all want to know, I am definitely a Gemini. My birthday is one day before Kanye's birthday. My birthday June 7th. But ultimately, I had a kid whose birthday came on June 8th, which meant I was at the hospital on my 29th birthday waiting because he didn't come on my birthday. He came the next day, June 8th. So my birthday actually fell on Prince's birthday. So all my life growing up as a creative, I knew that I had to say birthday is Prince. But I thought that was real fly. So my birthday. So now here I am at 50, nearly 50. And it's the same birthday. So I back to the shoot.
Larry David is like the white yay. You know what I'm saying? So, as I worded that in a different way, right? So, my personality, Larry David's personality is just like mine. So, I'm just going like, I'm pushing it.
My favorite person on earth, Larry David.
That's what come on, what about me, man? What about me?
77 boy. No, you did.
But after you see Last Week, I'm going to become your favorite person, because now in meetings, I just push into it like on some Sacha Baron Cohen level. That's anything that's on my mind, I'll say it. So I play the video. And the funny thing is, so in this video, there's a video with Francesca James where her boyfriend has a German accent and he cheats on her. And to get her
this
back,
is porn, right?
And it's adult. We don't use that word. We're talking in front of children.
Adult film.
All right. Adult content. So finish. So what's happening in it?
Okay, so in the joint, her boyfriend cheats on her. So in the context of the film is her boyfriend. And I'm talking about
in the porno.
We don't use that word. So this is filmmaking magic, right? So
this is Scorsese.
This is Scorsese level. This is Coen Brothers. This is Spike Lee. So in the context of the script goes as such, right? The Luke, I am your father moment is. So the Luke, I am your father moment is, so her boyfriend with the German accent cheats on her, so she has a black guy come in and they hook up in front of him, and he keeps on begging
in front of the pops,
in front of her boyfriend, right?
Boyfriend.
And the boyfriend's like, please, no, stop it. And then eventually they all join in together, right? So then this is the movie that I played. And Last Week, right? And we need to like literally show this on this clip so people could understand. Like I'm saying, because I have it every week. It's my own. I had a show on HBO that they used called A Little Inappropriate. It was shot by Larry Charles, who shot Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Wow.
And it get picked up. So now I'm doing the show again.
But you own it though, right?
Of course that. Who do you think owns it?
Fuck, man, but how? But you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know to make the deal. No, but you wouldn't know to make the deal to own it.
Y'all hear that? So basically, even in a jokingly way, he even is confirming that no matter what you do, no matter how you work in this industry, Jewish people is going to own your shit. And it's kind of crazy because everybody want to make it, even myself. But they telling you, if you can hear his words, that making it literally means that a Jewish person is going to make the money from your content and you will be his worker, meaning that you will be the one who get the shitty end of the stick if there's a shitty end of the stick to be got. So that's just kind of like triple. I mean, and I'm sure you probably looking at this like, this is dumb. Why the fuck are we even thinking and talking about this? Because you would think that after decades and many decades, that it would be enough. Like, damn, okay, we get it. Jewish people make all the money, and they got a great combination inside they actual people. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like that in our culture. Black folks is fucking at each other throat a lot, and that's what Kanye even said. He said, "I would like it when we finally can, goddamn it, not be at each other's throat, and we can have the same situation that Jews got." But that's not necessarily going to happen in our black culture. It's a different culture, you know, and we all know this as black people. You know what I mean? It's a different culture, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like you guys gonna boom and then you'll be back good, you know what I'm saying, with your family or with the black culture. It's a different culture because a lot of us have a vitriol and we compete with each other inside the culture. So it's just something to think about. Just something to think about. All right, okay, let's get back to the Must Ike.
The idea of what happened. Okay, so let's fast forward to the next meeting with Adidas. And I was like, yo, this guy tore, and his voice sounds just like this video. So I hold the video up to like right next to his head, and I'm just like, I'm asking my boy Shervin, right? I'm like, don't he sound just like him? And Shervin just keeps saying, yo, he does sound awful like him. The guy from the Adidas meeting has the exact same accent as the guy in the film that's watching his wife hook up with the black guy. And I said, well, how does it make you feel that I'm playing this? Does this make you feel uncomfortable? Do you think this makes me feel how I feel when you name my Yeezys for me? When you pick my colorway? When you limit the amount of Yeezy slides and then make your own version of Yeezy slides? How are you feeling right now? You get what I'm saying? I'm making people play business on my turf. But then after that, I went and got a massage.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what happens.
That's what happens. Massage is happening.
All right, so let's be clear.
No, hold on, real quick. I want to ask a business question. In your business with Adidas, is there any way that you were able to, when you made the deal, that they cannot duplicate anything without your consent?
We're gonna fix all of that up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna fix all that up. It's fine. You gotta understand, I'm 68% of Adidas board. So I didn't cross the gun line.
That's heavy.
I mean to say board. That was big and small. I did both.
Because board is heavy.
Yeah, okay, so I am 68% of Adidas online sales.
Damn, that is unbelievable. Wow.
Yeezy is, as a black man, I'm the 100% owner of, no, I'm the 95% owner of the Yeezy trademark. Who do you think got 5%?
You a fucking liar. You see this shit? Dude, look at Nori face. This is a perfect face because he has been defending the Jewish people in his interview. And that's why he took the video down, because people don't want to acknowledge that Nuri has been defending the Jewish community in his interview. He's been basically saying, Kanye, you said too much. Kanye, stop. Kanye, don't say you hate them. Blah, 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 blah. He's been defending them. But here's something that I know he might not understand, because he didn't get the trademark for the word reggaeton. He brought out reggaeton. See, I know you might be young, but in a year called 1998, Nori was the biggest rapper in America. How it happened was he was a part of a group. One of the guys went to prison. It was called Capone Noriega. His buddy went to prison. I'm not going to get into that because I don't know all the intricacies about it because I'm older now. I can't remember. Nori was he was free. So he made an album solo. That album didn't just be normal. It became the fucking anthem of the next 2 or 3 summers. How I know? I met my girl who ultimately became my wife. She was a nerd. She didn't listen to rap. So I was bumping Nori every fucking single second of the day. I'm 25 years old, 24. Like, come on, fucking rap fucking freak. Next thing I know, she saying, "Well, let me hear your songs." I give her Nori. I don't know what else to give her. I give her Nori. Obviously, it was a cassette tape. That's why I'm holding it like this. She bumped the brakes off that bitch. She bumped it for about 3 years straight. So she going crazy, loving it. One of my homies asked me, like, "Hood, man, what's that music you be bumping? Let me get one." I hit him with Noriega. He eventually passed away. So God rest the dead. Rest in peace, J-Dog. My girl was mad at me for years. Like, you gave away my Noriega. You gave away my Noriega. And me and her had many days where we rolled through the damn city and rolled through the burbs saying, what? So this was a part of our growth, was what happened with him. So then he became famous. Obviously, you lose your spot in the music. And then he came back out with reggaeton later on. It was a sound, it was a music, and it was sounding like reggae music and Mexican music. And it was like, oh, fuck, this shit cold. But you're supposed to trademark the words, and he didn't do that. You know, it's a white person that owns the trademark for the word reggae. That's real. Whether you understand that, know that or not, it's a fact. So this is what it is. So that's why you see the trademark symbol when you see my name up there, Hoodfilms, because I went through the due diligence and found out how to get a trademark, and I got one. So now Kanye just said that he owns 95% of his trademark because they said, we'll give you this deal, this money, but we want a little bit of that motherfucking brand Yeezy. And this is the part that he breaking down to you. And he said 5% is owned by guess who? And now we at Nori eyes. He stuck it like, who the fuck you think? He looking dead in the camera. All right, let's see what Kanye say. Almost fuck. You know what? I gotta take a leak. Y'all gonna have to hold on because I want to hear this, but I gotta take a leak. I can't walk away later. All right, motherfuckers, we back. Let's get to this motherfucking video. Fucking these motherfuckers talking about. All right, what Kanye got to go? Let's do it. Jews. He said no to Jews.
I'm pointing at you. I think you can figure it out. Who got 5%? Think about it. If I'm asking you, who got 5%? Nori.
Okay. Oh, Kim got 5%. Ah! I thought this nigga was saying Jews. He gave 5% to his motherfucking boo. Oh my God, do you hear that? I thought this nigga was finna say Jews. This nigga said his boo. That right there, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I know y'all might not understand this. That's love. That is fucking love. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if something happened to that nigga and she on 5%, what the fuck happens? She gets the rest of the 95. That was smart. And he showed her he loved her. Now, guess what? He cannot control. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. He can't control her coochie now. She ain't control that motherfucker. So you talking about he gave? See, that's why I said sometimes you got to slow these interviews down and listen to him. This nigga gave up 5% to his baby because she got the baby, she got the kids. So if something happened to him, 100%. All right, let's go.
Kim has 5% of Yeezy. And how much you think I got as Kim's? I got 5% as Kim's. Jeremy Wilson,
Nothing.
Chaz got 10.
I'm sorry. I got lost.
Wait.
Is there any
5% owner of Yeezy?
But you gave her that because for
that's heavy.
I mean to say, but then after that, I went and got a massage. But then after,
that's crazy out here right now.
I'm pointing at you.
Let's go back to this.
Who got 5%? Think about it. If I'm asking you, who got 5%?
Nori.
Who got 5%? Kim got 5%. Kim has 5% of Yeezy. And how much you think I got as Kim's? I got 5% as Kim's. Jeremy Wilson, bitch ass got 10.
I'm sorry. I got lost.
You said Jared Kitchen got 10%. He probably got 0 of her shit. Let's see.
I'm the 95% owner of Yeezy. And Kim is legally the 5% owner of Yeezy.
She get a check.
Gave her that for her birthday, remember?
Yeah.
And that's your family. That's your legacy.
That's for the kids.
Right. That's not
Respect the game on that one, boy.
We don't want to shit.
Hey,
Like,
I respect him for giving money to his lady like that. If you're gonna be rich and you get 100% ownership of your shit, just like I'm 100% ownership of Hoodfilms, Self-Madeology, I Love Chicago, and a bunch of other trademarks that I own myself. You get that to your lady, especially when you got young kids, because now she own 5%. So if something happened to him, she'll own 100%. But as long as he's alive, she'll always get a check as long as that brand making money. That's smart. That's what you do. You build some shit so your kids get money, and then you ain't never got to pay child support. They can't never put you on child support. Well, he married a girl anyway, but at the end of the day, he been paying do the brand, and that's 5% of Yeezy you getting paid. Fuck that. Your door looking decent.
yeah, no, man.
My thing is, I love Kim. I would take Kim over anyone.
Right? Get the blunt back.
Yeah.
You passing blunts, nigga. It's blunt champs. What the fuck y'all doing?
You know what I'm saying? When I was having this funny thing with the issues with like Puff I was having.
Thank you.
I went to the Waldorf and I saw a couple people.
Waldorf with I visited
the Waldorf in California.
I love it.
And I saw a couple people just standing out in front of the stage, just standing there. And I was like, oh man, Puff really does this, right? And it just made me think, I gotta really get on my billionaire shit. I went and bought a $50 million penthouse.
God damn.
And I made back the fleet out because I was like, yo, I can't walk around homeless like beefing with Puff. You gotta like, you know what I mean?
I don't think that would have been an issue.
A $50 million fucking condo. But see, I'm gonna tell you, he can't brag. You can't quiet brag like that. You can't like brag like that because the people who heard him, the motherfuckers who I said is suing him, George Floyd, and they say, oh yeah, you got a $50 million condo. Well, nigga, you can give $250 million to us. That's $50 million for the broad, $50 million for her kid, which is George Floyd's daughter, $50 million for the lawyer, $50 million for the fucking chauffeur. They gonna try to sue this nigga to get this money out of him because they feel like he defamed George Floyd. Now, obviously, he drinking. Obviously, this is a podcast. Obviously, this is some bullshit. He gotta have some dope ass lawyers. I'm thinking about doing me a little comedy routine about both those sides because I can argue both sides on that code because I was a lawyer in grammar school. I used to do that kind of shit and mock law shit, and I used to kill it. But the whole point about it is that he has an argument that he has free speech, even though you can't lie and do defamatory statements in free speech. You drinking alcohol, that's like saying you watching me playing cards or at a poker game, but you're going to listen to what the fuck I'm saying as if you could sue me behind that. No, this is taken away. This is not me at a fucking podium at a meeting. This is not me trying to speak to a school or a fucking convocation. It's me just fucking talking. I'm talking, chilling, smoking weed, chilling. He got fucking drugs in him. You don't know if he off his own drugs that he have for the fucking doctor. So they on some goofy shit. Now that's the argument from Kanye or the lawyer. They argument from the lawyers arguing towards Kanye. I tell you that later. We finna get back to the conversation.
stay rich, never gonna, you know what I'm saying? You never seen this man in no vans. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's just keep
He's always
rich.
Oh, what a fucking man.
Puff is my idol, bro.
Yeah, that's
why I was like, yo, I know how Virgil feels now on the times when I scream at Virgil, especially if I scream at Virgil in front of somebody. You know what I'm saying? Well, for Puff to call me and say anybody with a White Lives Matter t-shirt is getting greenlit, I know how Virgil felt at that moment if I ever said something where his idol said something that hurt his feelings. And, you know, and that's why Virgil took the watch from Drake. You know what I'm saying? He knew that would hurt my feelings. You know, we hurt each other's feelings and we don't mean to, but part of the reason why we hurt each other's
I
feelings.
want to address that. You said Virgil took the watch from Drake. Because Virgil actually designed a paddock.
Oh, well, Virgil took the watch. He took the watch to Drake and all that stuff. He know that, like, you know, that would hurt my feelings. I work with Balenciaga because we're operating, like I said, full chess.
You guys are playing crazy games, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is like real war. This is
I don't know what the
like
fuck you
Virgil
talking about
was a
that, but I'm
psychological
listening.
warrior. He was a warrior, bro. That man made it from being Ye's assistant to the head of Louis Vuitton. That man's a warrior.
And I'll be honest with you. You held on to your family. You want to still be with your family, in my opinion. Outside looking in, that's the inside looking out. I feel like we always want to see Ye back with his family.
Absolutely. That should be the goal.
That's the real Ye back.
Hey, nigga, but if this is how he acting in the world towards a bunch of strangers, how the fuck you thinking he acting around 6 people who know him, his kids, his wife, his family, whoever? The man probably be bouncing off the walls around them people. They ain't got time for this shit. She found her a white boy and got the fuck lost, man.
Ye back.
Yeah.
Are we making some noise for that?
Yeah, man. Come on. The family is first, bro. Fatherhood is first, family is first.
Because I feel like, you know, me as the outside looking in, it's the inside looking out. I feel like that's very important to you, for you to be at your children's activities.
It's important for me to be the person that's setting the tone of what their content is, what they're wearing, to be there, to be a presence at all times. But I was taken away from my dad, and then I was taken away from my kids. And that's what they did to the Black community as a Tuskegee experiment, basically. And they're using that same tactic to destroy America. And that's my opinion on the reason why I have to run for office. Is because...
But hold on. I'm gonna just to try to, like... The thing is, this is the thing. You could say all this stuff, and you could say Tuskegee, and people don't even know what that is. Right? Hold on. No, I know. Hold on. And they just think you're throwing things out there, and they're like, yeah, he's just saying things. Right. But if people do the research, if you can articulate what Tuskegee, what really happened, which is legit, it really happened. It's not a conspiracy theory. The government did this to people. Then you can get people on the side of what you're saying. It all becomes about articulation and history. Because history is real. And that's what I think sometimes, I think we as Americans, we have no history anymore. We're not learning history, the real history, teaching history. It's all done, it's gone. And we need to bring that back and bring it back in the right way, where people articulate what really happened.
What you guys are doing was different right here, because as you're talking, I was like, wow. There wouldn't have been no way for me to become president without coming to Drink Champs. When you were talking right now.
Yeah, these niggas talking that shit, but at the end of the day, we rocking with Ye, and we rock with him because he at least will come to the Black community. You got somebody like Jay-Z or these people who be sitting at these little pedestals. They don't even come down and rock and fuck with niggas. Jay-Z ain't said nothing to Black people. And last time we heard from the dude is when white people told him to come and say something. He said, deal is over with. So you're not really hearing from these motherfuckers the same way that you really would. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, you know, we have to look at them and be happy that we got somebody like Kanye there to speak up, even though he do say off land and outlandish shit and off kilt. We gotta just accept it because, like the guy said, sometimes you be saying shit, but nobody even know what the fuck you saying because you're not articulating the fucking history of what the fuck you saying, and that's need to be done. You saying shit, but you gotta think it's so many fucking people in America. You got people from India, you got people from Mexico, you got people from Nicaragua, you got people from Africa, you got people from Jamaica. They don't know what the fuck you even talking about. We do because they've been teaching us this shit since we was kids, and it's walking around like a black person. You think everybody know, but they don't. They live in their life. They are caught up in their cultures and shit. So it's just it's funny that they mentioned all that.
Like who, you know what I'm saying? The way you articulated it, because it's very important that we stay in constant communication. That's what the enemy wants us to do. They don't want us to talk like the slave ships, right? They cut our tongues and told us not to talk to each other.
And not equal.
Yeah, like what the thing is, even in the way we chop this up, we need to
bust
bring
that
it.
Denny's down.
What's that?
Since you bust that Denny's down. That Denny's.
I remember I used to play ball with Common with Rashid at UCLA, and afterwards I said, "We're going to Denny's." You know, this nigga skinny actor. He said, "Denny's," but I like Denny's. I want to just take this moment of breath and just soak it in how important you guys' voice is, and I want to just compliment, you know, my favorite person in the world. You know what that is? Does anyone here know does anyone here know who my favorite human being is?
I would think your mom is.
No, not my mom. Close. Me. I want to compliment me.
Your mom empowered you.
Yeah, second favorite. So I want to compliment me.
That nigga said his second favorite.
To be sitting there through the divorce, through all that, and say, the next time that people hear me talk, I'm going to Drink Champs.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. If that's what motherfuckers gonna listen to you at.
And think about this. You know, when I was at Rolling Loud, I hadn't seen Future until I saw him on stage. He said, freestyle. And he looked at me and he said, like, man, most influential in the world. We sat there. And I moved to Miami to work with Future. I put a small video on, took an Uber over every day. Future kept on being like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Future would be happy now, man, Maybach fleet, you know, houses, all that type of shit, buying houses for all my girlfriends. So, but it's proven. And the funny thing is, now let me tell you, here's a Drink Champs of all Drink Champs of all Drink Champs.
We in.
Future said, I will wait for you to meet, and said, make it about Kim.
Oh my God. Not like the way.
You gotta remember, he also said, I'm gonna fuck your bitch in the Gucci flip flops.
And I'm gonna fuck your bitch in them Burberry diamond flip flops. Now, what if
I'll fuck bitch
I gotta ask you.
You could ask me about the Gucci flip flops.
Flip flops that you walk through. We were proud of you, and we was also like, we don't know.
He was not proud of you.
But
I just kept on thinking, this is for Future. This would be the new flip flops that Future should use to fuck your
I just fuck your bitch in some diamond flip flops.
There we go. That's the new one.
I just fuck your bitch in some diamond flip.
That's it. That's
All right.
That's the new one.
Please know the diamond flip flops.
We gotta get the diamond flip
Okay,
flops.
but let me ask you something, yeah. Because in my mind,
Let me tell you the most influential people in my life. God, my dad, Future.
let's go ahead and give you that. Yeah, well, how about the 44? Is it because you designed this when you was 44?
That's because that's your size in Italy. And Italian size is 44.
Yo, you mad Italian, son?
We still rocking with Ye in this bitch. Ye back in this bitch. At least here a black motherfucker. I always say that when I watch these damn podcasts, because you hear motherfuckers through these white people lens and through their media and all that. every time I see Ye on some shit like this, I say, at least he's a black motherfucker. He might have some weird aspects and some shit about him that's kind of off kilter, but the motherfucker's a nigga, like we is on the south side of Chicago. Like this real black motherfucker shit. It's not like different from, I don't know. I don't know. He kicking with white motherfuckers. His baby mama white, and you kicking with white motherfuckers in your life because this is what we have to do in America. But at the end of the day, we niggas. We kicking like niggas. That's that.
I gotta relax. Balenciaga every day. So, can we describe the Balenciaga relationship? That goes to the
Thanks, man. Yeah, I got to adjust. Sometimes I just want to lean back. Sometimes certain stuff I say, I got to lean back.
You good.
I can't even say it.
Like, turn up your mic. Our mic's gonna be.
Do you finish quick time Islam?
No, we gotta finish.
They feel that nigga spoken getting chopped up by Nori.
I wouldn't have been able to name it unless we did this in real time. The whole I'm jealous because it's such a perfect thing. It's basically saying, hey, you know, my people rise up, they get some good, let's copy what they're doing, and let's ride.
So why not start with that though? Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, why not say Jewish people? We're not. Because
God didn't give it to me yet. God gave it to me here. Yeah.
Yeah, because Jewish people, I want everybody to know, black people, Jewish people, Kanye loves y'all.
No, I'm jealous of y'all.
Which is love. Because
we are quick time, bro. Relax, man. Some of your glasses on, you fucking me up right now.
No, but you know what I would like to, last couple of questions, focus on is a lot of people say it's absent as the black father. And I feel like that's your whole plight. It's your whole, everything is to be present as a black father.
Yeah.
And when you say things like, my kids, I didn't get, is that actuality? Like, you're not being invited to your own kid's birthday party? Or you can, you can do your own birthday party. Or do you want to be invited to the one birthday party?
It should be one birthday party. It should be one family. It shouldn't be separated in that way.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Yo, and that's deep because girl, she grew up with her father, but you can obviously imagine that her mother broke up, and the mother went and got with the guy who turned himself to a female today. But at that time, the rich white man, because he was like a sports guy. I was a kid in the 70s. He was on the fucking Wheatie box. So I always saw him as like this strong kind of Superman type hunky. Matter of fact, when I watched the movie Superman, I thought it was him because I'm a kid. I didn't really understand that it was another white man. Then I realized that the white guy was, Christopher Reed. But at that time, I thought it was him because he was on the fucking Wheatie box. So he was looking like him. We watched him at the Olympics and shit. We was little kids. I thought it was the same white dude. But then it's Christopher Reed. But then he was the guy who was married to this white family who became these celebrities. So it was like right away, I knew exactly who he was. I obviously didn't know who the Kardashian people were, but I knew exactly who he was. And then when he flipped to be a female, can you imagine a dude like me who watched this motherfucker since I was a little bitty ass kid, like 5. Then I'm fucking 50 damn near, and this nigga got a dress on. That shit is, you talking about flipping it in your head. That's not even real because this motherfucker was a fucking like an Olympic nigga. But then when you think about it, you like, wait a minute. So if he gay and wearing dresses, that mean they must have been freaking on him in them goddamn dressing rooms and them locker rooms. Are you a sports motherfucker? You traveling all over the world? They probably bringing his ass in that motherfucker, and now today, because the reason why he changed to a female is because he had a car crash and the white man was about to convict him and put him in prison, but he flipped the script on their ass and was like, you can't put me in prison. I'm actually a female trapped in a man's body. And he did that to this day. But Ye is connected to them in marriage and shit like that. So it's always funny when you kind of think about how warped that reality is that they kind of deal with in that. in that world he in. But he do state in that fact, you want to be around your family. It don't matter. I guess if you don't matter what kind of family you got.
I agree. So is that what happened?
That's what happened. They didn't invite me, so they would have Corey, that we don't know his family, don't know where this guy came from, at Chicago's birthday party, at Psalm's birthday party, and not have me. That's incorrect decision making, Chris. And Chris, I got a problem with you for doing that. And by the way, if my dad was there, or if my mama was there, because they ain't finna play with a black woman like that, it wouldn't be no chance that that would happen.
But see, my man don't realize is that that's in every culture and every home. If you ain't with the woman, it don't matter how much money you got, they gonna bring their boyfriend, they gonna bring somebody nephew, they gonna bring somebody cousin, the next door neighbor. They gonna be there. You're the person they keeping away. So they not looking at it like, well, having him here is not a problem. But it's like, well, how the fuck is old boy even there? If you ain't even invited, that's what you could have had you a regular baby mama and had them same damn problems. You didn't have to have no bougie white bitch with $1 million to go through all that shit. So that's kind of like he on steroids going through what normal people do and just be like, all right, I'm gonna go hang out with Reggie and then we'll go play cards or go hoop because that's what's going on. My kid birthday, yeah, but they don't want me to be there. Nigga, go ask any motherfucking body in that room. They probably been going through the same shit.
But we get played with so much by the media, and you just write Ye off as crazy that they could go to the extreme of kidnapping my child in real life. Yeah, I would like to have Kim as my wife, but on God's terms, not on the Hollywood media's terms. Not, hey, I'm married to Hollywood, I'm Marilyn Monroe, I'm listening to Corey, I'm listening to Hillary Clinton. No, we listening to God. Because if you take a family, it's like a pyramid. The father is there, the mom is there.
The Trinity.
When y'all get closer to God, y'all get closer to each other.
Right. Holy Trinity, yeah.
Real shit. We respect that.
But why is that even a psychology if you met her and she was sucking somebody's dick on a video? Like how did you come from a bitch busting down Ray J to you want to find God with her? This is the disease. This is the mental shit. You could have found you a regular fucking female who would have never done none of that shit. And she would have been solid locked in with you. But maybe he was chasing a female with money. Maybe he liked white girls full of flat booties. My lady showed me Kim Kardashian as a teenager. You would fucking throw up if you saw that bitch face. You would be like, what? That's Kim Kardashian as a fucking teenager? It's not even real. They really warped their fucking faces to look the way they wanted to look. And now she turned into a white lady. She about to be a lawyer. She got a white boyfriend. This is what they get to do with themselves. But you all in a warp because you talking about some goddamn, why can't we see my kids? Nigga, that's normal shit with anybody. You don't have to have $1 billion for a bitch to keep your kids from you. So
we respect that. We love that.
Yeah.
Let me ask a president question. Let's just say in one future, you're running for president, right? And we're still in the Ukraine war.
I made y'all see the 2024. Why he's talking?
What would a President Ye do to avoid what might be World War III?
I'm ending all wars.
How?
2024, we ended all wars. Because wars.
But how do you end wars? Don't just say end wars. You gotta have real tactics.
War is made off of greed and deceit.
And economy as well.
Economy. But there is a free economy that the world has created for us that needs to be simplified by me. I am the visionary. I can end war. I can end war. We can end war.
But how? Don't just say that. Give me, if you were the presidential candidate, what would you say? How would you end it?
You know, the biggest thing is I can see things. I live 20 years ahead. Everything I do is like someone would.
As you should.
20 years ahead, right? So it's laying out the plans. The same way how I laid out the blueprint for Blueprint.
But you gotta give us a layman. You're gonna be speaking to constituents that don't understand.
Here's the rap language. I made the blueprint for Blueprint. I made the blueprint for Blueprint as a vessel of God. Not me. God is actually the only artist. This is the thing. God runs the world. In this situation, we came up with the idea of not like, oh, DEFCON 3, but hey, I'm jealous of Jewish people. Why? Because they don't abort their people, because their families stick together, because they do business together, because they don't shoot each other dead in the street. Here's 4 reasons for me to be jealous of the Jewish culture. We made that today.
Yeah, that's
Situation.
fuck.
And think about this, when I was at Rolling Loud,
I jump ahead.
my thing is, I love Kim. I would take Kim over anyone.
Right, he did the plumb back.
No, I saw that post.
He was not proud of you.
But
I just kept on thinking, this is for Future. This would be the new flip-flops that Future should use to fuck your bitch.
just fuck your bitch in some diamond flip-flops.
There we go, that's the new one.
I just fuck your bitch in some diamond flip-flops.
That's it.
All right.
That's the new one.
Please know the diamond flip-flops.
We gotta get the diamond
Okay,
flip-flops.
well, let me ask you something, yeah. Because in my mind,
Let me tell you the most influential people in my life. God, my dad, Future.
let's go ahead and get that. Yeah, but how about the 44? Is it because you designed this when you was 44?
That's because that's your size in Italy, and Italian sizes is 44.
Yo, you not Italian, son.
Well, I've seen
You
that
not
shit, man.
Italian, son.
We gotta jump through this.
To raise their profile or something, some way. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm here, right? But I would love for people to understand my perspective. I don't even like the word want. We shouldn't want for anything, right? I need people to accept the version of me for exactly who I am, for me to do the best version
of you.
Of the machine.
It's Amazon, right?
Yeah, and they respected him.
I can't front. He came from a Cuban family. I got remember.
You indemnified him.
I'm skipping through the last part of this shit just to see, because I think that I'm skipping through it because I just wanted to get to that part where they kicked this shit off the internet now, so it's not on the Revolt channel. So I just want to see. I think we got through the big points already.
You know what I'm saying? Do it off the Duce. Don't do it off the Hennessy. Don't do it off the Hennessy.
But yeah, let me just be clear real quick.
Respect.
Because this is the only time.
This is delicious. This Duce is good.
Mm.
Also for an evening nightcap.
And nightcap is we all recommend it, my friend.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, this is where we love you at. We don't love you at Tucker Carlson. We don't love you at fucking the Good Morning America. I'm gonna be honest. This is what I do with these interviews. I just say you ain't belong here.
Mm-hmm.
Because are we lying?
Hey, don't play that part where he do the hat.
No, 2024. I'm worried about shit. But yeah, we want you to come back home. We want you to stand next to us. I don't know. We want you to stand next to us. Because in order for us to vote for you in 2024, we need for you to understand that when a White Lives Matter shirt was worn, it wasn't the time.
But maybe he wants a conversation. That's the thing, man.
Or
did he be in the conversation?
Because I also see you post or repost, and you said, "But I'm gonna donate to the real Black Lives Matter,"
which I already donated to Breonna Taylor. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we need to hear.
I already donated. So what I'm saying is like, look, y'all don't want me to wear that shirt. If these women ever kidnap my kid in broad daylight, I need the entire culture to stand up and be like, we're not going for that. You got to understand, I didn't have Chicago's address. Chris Rock said, as a father, your only job is to keep your mama off the pole. The more and more Chicago is next to they grandmother, the closer and closer she is to the pole, or the second tape. That's what I see as a father. Can't nobody beat that out of me. You can't yay as crazy that out of me. You can't yay as a sellout out of that me, because at the end of the day, I got the knowledge, and we have our water, we got our homes, we got our shelter, we got our people that surround our family, our immediate family. My immediate family. Chicago is either going to be a blessing or she's going to be a problem. And I feel that Hulu and I feel like Chris are trying to turn her into a problem.
We say Chris, we talking about
Chris Jenner. I ain't talking about Chris Brown.
Chris Jenner.
I'm talking about Chris Jenner. And I love Chris Jenner, but come home to Jesus. If you serving Christ, I'm serving you. If you serving anything but Christ, as you tell Kim and Kylie and Chicago what to do, then it's up. Because I'm serving Christ. And I am the living Rob.
That's up.
All right.
For the
somebody
culture.
say amen.
We don't know what the hell he talking about. This is all family business right at this point. So I'm skipping through all this because I don't know where the hell he at with it. Look, we're gonna close the end to this one. And I think we got to the gist of Kanye West getting sued by George Floyd family and what parts they didn't like about it and why you think he continued. As a matter of fact, he didn't go too far in on that. As you continue on in the video, he didn't go too deep on George Floyd. He mentioned it. And that's white talking points. White people talk like that. Republicans talk like that. So we'll see where he going with his life and all that. But I'm glad y'all sat here with me through this, and we had a chance to chop it up with Kanye West and see what's up with him, and go from there. But I want y'all to like and subscribe, and I also want y'all to go to my website. It's called I got so many yourselfgoods.com. ILoveShy.com. Get some products, get some work, get some stuff. Holla at me. Hoodfilms.com. We just got brands out here. And I appreciate y'all rock with me. Go check out my new music. It's on Apple Music, Spotify. It's going to be a link in the description, hopefully. Rock with me, like and subscribe. Y'all the realest people. I love y'all, man. You're going to make me cry. Man. I'm trying not to cry. But I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all rocking with me. We rebuilding the channel. We pushing it again from where it used to be. I haven't been on this channel in like a year. So I'm revamping it and jumping back down. And just starting where I was from. It's not a worry about where things was before. It's not a worry about how far we got all this far. We just kick it out from where we are. But the real point is to have fun. And that's what we're doing. Trying to have fun throughout this process, you know. So George Floyd family wants to sue Kanye West for the statements he said in the the Drink Champs. So I wanted to sift through it so we could actually see what did he say. Did he say something so deep? 250 million is a whole other cake. But don't look like they're gonna probably find nothing on now on him. He drinking, smoking, getting high. How the hell they gonna sue somebody that's doping up right now? So like and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. This your one and only homie Hood. Let me close this one down. Go back to the big screen. And I appreciate y'all watching it, and we will get back at Kanye and all of them in a minute. If they say something else, if they do something else, I'm probably going to pop out, and I'm going to talk about it. And I'm going to go see what the hell they're going through and what's happening, and I'm going to say something about it. So I want y'all to know that, because that's what I do. I like, oh, matter of fact, Ice Cube reacted to Kanye saying that he helped him be on some DEFCON shit because he hated the Jews. And Kanye, I gave you a whole digression into Ice Cube on my last live. And we even talked about his first movie he made that I watched back in 1992 called Trespass. He played in that movie with Ice-T. So we tapped in on what Kanye West was talking about. We went and dug deep. So we're going to see what's next, what's going on with him. And I hope he do get a chance to be with his family, because nobody wants that to be for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Even if I hope one day when people do see that the father's going to be needed in the kid's life, because all of that keeping the kid away from somebody, and especially if you grew up with the father in your own home or you were around your own dad being like that, it's not right. I went through that Now all my kids are grown, you know what I'm saying? They're adults, and I'm past that part of my life. But believe me, the baby mother did reach back out to me in my grown-up life and was thinking that we were gonna connect some kind of way. And I was like, oh no, you peaced out. So that being said, that's it. Your boy Hood is signing completely out. I'm about to log out this thing, and I'll holler at y'all on the next upload. Thank y'all for watching the next live. I might be doing tomorrow. Could be doing later tonight. So y'all be on the lookout. All right. Peace.